All right, I just woke up. I have no idea what time it is, because it was daylight savings yesterday, and normally I would just wake up and check my phone, but my phone wasn't by my bed obviously because I didn't want to look at it today. And both my watches are different times because I didn't set one to daylight savings time the last time. So I don't know if it's 8 o'clock or 9. I'm hoping it's 9. I was hoping I was gonna wake up later, like 11 or 12, to pass some of the day. But here we are. Yes, so I started my dopamine fast today. I don't really know what to expect. I don't think it's gonna be too difficult. I'm not sure at all what I'm gonna do all day. It's a very weird feeling to not have anything to do. Very used to having work or editing or a podcast to record or whatever it is. So it's weird not to have anything to do. Definitely gonna take a shower. I smell like a campfire. I don't even really know the rules of the dopamine fast, honestly. I know some of them. Obviously, no social media, technology, anything like that. I'm gonna limit it as much as possible. I'm using my GoPro as a camera, and I'm using just my phone to record the audio because the audio on the GoPro sucked. Looking forward to going for a walk, I guess. Getting outside. It's supposed to be a beautiful day today. But yeah, other than that, I don't really know what I'm gonna do. Maybe meditate. It's weird not being able to read. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to paint. Probably shouldn't because I enjoy painting, and the goal is to limit your dopamine. So I guess we'll just see what happens. The goal is to try, and that's what I'm doing. Oh, and also the food situation is probably going to be hard too. Not eating for the day might be difficult, but let's find out. Just took a nice cold shower. I feel energized. I feel rejuvenated. Still don't know what to do with any of my time. I think it's still before 11. I fixed my watch. I found out what time it was. There's some nice construction going on outside, so that's a good distraction for me. I think I'm going to go for a walk. I obviously don't know what else to do, but I'm feeling all right. Not too hungry. I normally intermittent fast until about 12 or 1, so shouldn't be too bad until a little later in the afternoon. I'll start getting hungry. But yeah, I did a little bit of journaling. Guess we'll just keep going with the flow and see what happens throughout the day. So I just got back from my walk. It went really well. I explored some cool new places that I'd never seen before. There was this road that I always drive past that I've never been down, so I walked down that. It was a dead end, and I actually went to the river, which I did not expect. And then I went to Commerce Park, which I didn't even know that was there. I've heard of Commerce Park, but I never have walked around it. There's a cool tunnel there, and I sat on the rocks and looked up the river for a little bit. Unfortunately, there were a ton of ants, and I didn't notice that. So they were crawling kind of all over my arms, and they were like in my sweatshirt and stuff for the majority of the walk after that. So that was kind of annoying, but we made it through. I'm sure there's still probably some on me now. I went to a bridge I knew existed, but I didn't know how close it was. That was pretty cool. So I sat on the bridge for a while and just kind of looked at the water, did a little people watching. That was pretty cool. I was just doing a lot of thinking because there's not really much else for me to do, I guess. I think about it a lot, and there's a word for it. It's sonder, Sonder, and it's like the realization that there's other people living in the world and they're all going through their own problems and work and relationships and all that. I think about that all the time when I'm just walking past people on the street or like driving down the road. I'm constantly thinking about it, but it was a little more intense today, I think. Just being there, kind of being present, and just seeing other people walking down the bridge. It was just a weird experience. And I was just thinking about how all these people are walking past me, and that's most likely the only interaction I will ever have with those people. And only one person said anything to me. He just asked how I was doing. So it's just kind of bizarre to me that all these people are walking past. I'll never talk to them. They'll never talk to me. That might be the only interaction. And that's kind of weird to me. And I was just thinking about how I could have been going through some shit. Like, what if I was sitting there and just going through some tough shit and all these people were walking past and none of them would care. Like, and I just think that's something interesting to consider. We walk past so many people and we interact with all these people and we have no idea what's going on in their lives. And I know it's kind of cliche. People always say you never truly know a person unless you walk in their shoes, but you don't actually think about it. And I think more people should. And I feel like there needs to be a little bit more acknowledgement of other people. In situations like the bridge, maybe it's a better idea to interact with people more. So if you walk past someone on a bridge like that, there's no harm in saying like, hey, or how are you, good morning, whatever it is. Just some form of acknowledgement, I feel like could do a lot of difference. But just the idea of showing other people that you see them, you're aware of them, and you care enough to make that small effort to say whatever it is, hello or whatever. I think that's definitely something we should all consider a little more. I think I might start walking a little more without my phone, just to kind of experience it. I think it's a good experience. I might go out again later. But yeah, I got back. I really had to go to the bathroom, so I came back early. I could have been out there for a couple hours, honestly. Just journal a little more about my thoughts and everything. I think I'm going to take a nap. I'm kind of tired. I'm getting kind of hungry, so I'm drinking a lot of water. I might paint a little later. We'll see. I think I'm going to nap now, though. So we'll see you soon. I'm so bored. I don't know what to do. I went for another walk. Came back. It was like 6 o'clock. I'm pretty hungry, but yeah, I'm just bored. I don't. I just tried to paint a little bit to pass some time. So I painted for like an hour and a half. I hated it. It wasn't a good painting. I'm just hungry. I want to eat. I just want to honestly look at my phone. I knew it was going to get difficult towards the end, especially hearing other people in the house. I just want to like hang out. But we're almost done. It's 7:30 right now. I'll probably go to bed at like 10. But yeah, we'll get through it. We're almost there. A couple more hours. What's up, guys? We did it. We made it through the 24-hour dopamine fast, and it was kind of rough, honestly, towards the end, which I expected. But I made it. It was an interesting experience, to say the least. Yeah, it was. It was difficult to not look at my phone. A couple times I almost failed. I really wanted to read. I was starving towards the middle of the day, and then I just got kind of, I wouldn't say bored. I don't know. I felt kind of like just like I needed something to do. I wasn't bored per se, but I felt the need to be doing something at all times. So that was a little annoying, but I made it through that. I did a lot of thinking. I don't know if I'm just pulling it out of my ass or something, but I feel like when you give, at least for me, when I gave myself nothing to do except think, my brain did less thinking than ever before. Maybe I'm just trying to make something up, or I was feeling something because of the experience I was having, but to me it felt like I was doing less thinking. I felt like my brain always went back to the same thoughts. And basically it's the questions I've been asking myself because I'm worried about the future. Questions like, what am I going to be doing when I move back to Rochester at the end of May? What am I going to be doing for a job? How long will I live with my parents again? When am I going to move in with my friend Andy? What am I going to be doing just in general? So I was always coming back to that question, thinking a lot about that. And in addition to that, I'm just worried about the end of this semester and how we're going to make it through because all the friends in our group are going their separate ways. They're either moving to a new state, moving back home, or staying here in school. So For the first time in the past 4 years, we're not all going to be together. So I'm going to go home for the summer, and for the first time in 4 years, I won't be returning to Binghamton to live in a house with my best friends. So I don't really know how it's going to be when I'm not able to walk down the hall and talk to my best friend, or just see any of my friends and like go to dinner whenever we want. It's unfortunately going to be a transition period that I didn't want to happen, but obviously it has to happen. So thinking more about all that, I realized that it's obviously a necessary point in my life, or else it wouldn't be happening. We'd all be living together long term. But obviously, it has to happen, so I have to take it step by step. And I'll know I'll make it through it. It sucks that I'm going to have to go home and make a group of new friends just to pass the time, or else I'll go crazy if I'm just alone or just living with my one friend. So it'll definitely be a transition period, but I think it'll be beneficial, hopefully at least. It'll give me the time to make new friends, create new relationships, and hopefully build my own business. I'll probably have more time to myself to kind of work at myself and find my passion, which is what my goal is. I need to figure that out so I can focus full time on that and truly live that life of happiness that I'm looking for. But yeah, I think the experience overall was pretty good. I woke up this morning and I was just drained of energy. I was well rested, but my body was just weak from not eating. But that's happened before when I've fasted, and that sucked. So I ate an apple and some peanut butter to get my started off, and then I started feeling better. But yeah, it was a good experience. I did some art. I journaled a little bit, and I just thought to myself, enjoyed the day. I was fully present at all times, which I think was a great part of the entire experience. Honestly, I don't know if I really needed to go through this. I don't think I'm addicted to my phone or technology at all. But who knows? Maybe I'm just denying the fact. And I feel like I'm pretty productive. When I want to work at something, I work hard at it. So if you're someone who feels that they need a break from technology or need to boost your creativity or productivity, I would give it a try. There's no harm in trying it, and maybe even do it just for the first half of the day. So wake up and don't immediately look at your phone or the TV or anything like that. You might be surprised at what you figure out about yourself. You'll realize the questions you really want answered. Thanks for joining me on this experience. I hope you liked it. Let me know what you think in the comments section. See you soon.